In today's video, we're going to be replacing this broken vinyl corner piece with this brand new one. Before we get started, let's talk about the tools and materials we're going to need for this project. Obviously, we're going to need a brand new corner piece. You're going to want to have some good pry bars to pry out the old fasteners, a hammer, roofing nails to reinstall your siding in your corner piece. I recommend 1.25 inches. You can do a little bit longer, but at least 1.25 inches long. A caulk gun and some good exterior sealant. A square and something to mark with. Some vinyl snips like these. You can also use some vinyl snips like these. This is terrible recording in front of this AC unit. You can also use straight cut shears. If it's in the summertime and your vinyl is nice and warm, it's pretty easy to cut with some really good scissors, but I definitely recommend some beefy scissors or shears like this if you can get them. You can also cut with just using a razor blade, but I highly recommend getting some good shears. A tape measure and a good level to make sure that your new corner is nice and straight. Also, you're probably going to want a ladder, especially in this case because this corner is so high. Now, because of the way the lighting is right now, it's kind of hard to see from far off. But long story short, the customer had a tree fall and it busted this whole corner all the way up. Thankfully, underneath the vinyl siding, you can see some old aluminum siding, so they're not really having any water intrusion issues. It just is kind of unsightly. So let's go ahead and get this thing disassembled and replaced with a brand new piece. So let's talk about your options for your broken corner. If the corner isn't really in that bad of condition, like if you've weed eated and just kind of chipped up the bottom of it, I don't really recommend removing the whole corner. What you can actually do is trim the new corner piece and slide it over the old corner piece and glue it in place. But if you're like me and the corner piece is completely damaged and the structural integrity of it is completely ruined, you're gonna have to take off the old one and put in the new one. So the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our tape measure and measure the length of our old corner, and then we're gonna cut our new corner to match. If for some reason your corner is damaged like this one and there's no end, so you don't have anything to measure off of, you're gonna want your corner piece to be 1/4 to 1/2 inch longer than the bottom of your siding. All right, so our old piece is gonna measure 103 3/4. Now that I've got my piece marked right here at 103 3/4, I'll take my square and transfer that mark all the way around the corner. This ensures that I'm going to get a nice square cut and it's even. And it looks like a professional did it. So one thing that is definitely going to help you cut this stuff is you want to make sure and cut the flat pieces individually of each other. You don't want to take your scissors and try and cut this whole thing all at the same time. So I like to start at the back side, cut all the way down, and then move back to the next part on the bottom, cut all the way down, and now I'm going to start cutting across here at my line. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. And when you get to the end like that, you don't have to worry about completely cutting all the way through. You can just kind of go back and forth and bend it. Now you can take a file and kind of clean up your edges, or a piece of sandpaper, or even like a flat razor knife. So another little tip for the end, I like to make sure the factory edge is at the bottom, because that's where you're going to see these are almost always perfectly square. So that's the pretty piece that I like to make sure the customer is going to absolutely see. And the place where I cut, which I definitely will clean this up a little bit, but is not going to be as perfectly square as the factory cut, I like to put this at the top. When you put in your vinyl siding in this, because you're going to have a little bit of an overhang, like pretend my hand is the siding, it's going to go in and you're going to have your overhang, you're going to be able to see this nail strip. So what I like to do is cut a 45-degree angle across the nail strip and actually remove that so you won't see it when your siding is in. So there's your nail strip. That's what you would have seen. It's a little hard when my hand's in the way. But there's the piece that would have been there. I like to cut that out, and when your siding's in there, you won't see it at all. All right, now that we have our new corner piece cut to length, we need to decide whether we're going to remove our old piece or take the new corner piece and just cover the damaged piece. If your old corner piece is just kind of cracked on the bottom from damage or weed eating or something like that, I recommend just using the new piece and covering the old piece and just gluing it in place. It's a heck of a lot easier than removing the old one and installing a new one. But if you're like me and the whole structural integrity of the old piece just isn't there anymore and it's missing a bunch, just go ahead and replace it. But let's start with the process of how to just cover up the old one with a new one. Because we're covering up the old piece, we don't actually need these nail strips. All we're gonna really need is the face and the corner of the new piece. So what I recommend doing is taking either your vinyl snips or a razor knife, and you're gonna completely cut off this nail strip and the channel on the inside. And that's gonna leave you with basically a cover that you can slide over or snap over your old damaged piece. All right, so I've got a little section here that I'm gonna doctor up and show you exactly how you're gonna take a new piece of corner and trim it down to where it can slide over your old damaged piece. The process here is pretty simple. So we don't need this nail strip on either side, and we also don't need this channel. All we're gonna need is this corner piece and that little piece right there that's gonna help it slide in and snap in and hold in place. So what you're gonna do is take your snips, or you can use a razor blade, but it's a lot easier in my opinion with the snips. We're gonna cut down the inside here, and cut off the nail strip on each side. Now we're gonna cut out the channel. So this is the bottom flat piece where our nail strip was attached to, and we're gonna cut the flat spot off as well. All right, as you can see, that leaves us a nice little cover that we're gonna be able to kind of fold and open up and slide over our old damaged piece. Now, you may be saying, why did you cut each side twice? Wouldn't it be easier just to cut out the channel and the nail strip at the same time? You can do that. I find that I get a better cut if I just cut each separately, because when you try to cut the channel, it's hard to fit your shears in there and get a straight cut. But if you want to go that route, there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to make sure I have as straight as cut as possible. All right, so now we're going to install our new modified piece on top of our old piece. I'm just going to use my corner here just so I can get to the camera and show you how to do it. The process is going to be the same on the house. So if your house is higher up like this, it's actually pretty stinking easy. So on the end here, you can actually just, it's kind of hard to see here in the camera, but so here's what the inside of it looks like. Get one side started, and get the other side started. I don't know if you can see that in there, but it's basically slipped over, and then just take it and slide it up. And so you can, go ahead and put your dots of sealant along your old corner piece, or as you go, put a little dot of sealant, slide up a little bit, put another dot, slide up. You can also take a rubber mallet with a piece of 2x4 or some salvage wood and just tap it up, and it helps push it up once you start getting some of the friction, because it'll be a little bit difficult to slide over. You can also get a heat gun and kind of warm up your new piece if you want. You want to be careful not to heat it up too much, because you can bend and deform it. But if you're having a really hard time getting this to fit over, that's one way to do it. You can also heat up your inside and kind of bend this flange out a little bit if you need to, but I try to not do any of that and just let the strength of the new corner piece crimp down and hold onto the old corner piece. But if you aren't in a situation where the house is high enough, what you're gonna have to do is slip one side of this over your old corner piece and then slip your other side. So you're gonna take that channel of your new piece, slide it in between the nail strip. You take that piece, slide it in like that, and then hook it on to your old corner piece, just like that. You're gonna flush up your ends, and now comes the more difficult part, is we're gonna be bending this part around and snapping it in. Now it does help to have one of those pry bars. And this is obviously going to be easier when it's on the house because I don't actually have anything to hold the new corner piece, but you can kind of pry that out like that, and then pull the pry bar down, and then it'll start to snap in like that, and then you just work your way all the way down the corner piece. They also do make some specialty vinyl tools. This is a little tool that helps you unsnap vinyl siding. You can use this instead of a pry bar. These are like $6, $7, $8, $10 at your local hardware store. If you do want to spend a little extra money, you can get one of these and they're very helpful. But in our case, our piece is so damaged, let's go ahead and remove our old one and put on our new one. So one thing that does help when you're doing something like this is to remove as many pieces of the vinyl siding as possible. It really helps you get to your old corner piece so you can remove it properly. It also helps installing with your new corner piece, that way you can get it nice and square and installed correctly. Unfortunately on this house, there's a lot of other things like gutters and power lines attached to the house that's going to stop me from being able to remove all of the siding. But I should be able to remove enough pieces to get to the fasteners, get the old piece off, and the new one installed correctly. So this right here is one of my favorite tools for working on vinyl siding. It's simply called a vinyl siding removal tool. It's bent in such a way that it'll help you remove your vinyl siding. You use it to hook underneath and pull it out. You can also use it for installing, and it'll help you pry down that little lip, and then you can kind of hammer the piece back in. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's the bottom side of our vinyl siding, and this stuff hooks directly into the starter strip. So you're going to take your tool, hook it up behind, and kind of pull down on that lip, and it's going to disconnect the lip from the starter strip. And then all you got to do is pull your siding back, just like that. So you can also do it here in an area where the vinyl siding is overlapping. You just take that removal piece, slide it underneath, and just like that, your piece will come right apart. And like I said, when you want to reinstall, just pull that piece down and it'll snap back in if you're having troubles. You can take that vinyl tool, slide it down, pull it, and it'll snap, and snap your piece right back in. Now I'm going to take my vinyl removal tool and loosen as many pieces of siding as I can. Then I'm going to take my hammer and pry bar and get out the fasteners and remove all those pieces. It's really good that when you remove a piece of vinyl siding, go ahead and set it down on the ground in the order that you took it off. That way when you reinstall, you know which piece goes where. As you can probably see there, I was really able to just kind of bust off that old piece. It was so brittle, I was able to just get on the backside and pry. It's really nice when you're able to do that. Sometimes you do have to disassemble it, and those fasteners just do not want to let go. Thankfully, that thing just cracked all the pieces, and it was actually pretty easy. Hopefully the other side goes exactly the same way. Alright, so that came off way easier than expected. Super excited. So now we're going to go ahead and install our new piece. That is where this level is going to come in handy. So I'm going to take our new piece and I'm going to slide it up as best as I can all the way to the top, flush it at the top, and put in one nail to hold it. Then I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to use this level to make sure the corner piece itself is level according to the house. And then I'm going to put a nail at the bottom, and that's going to hold it into place. Then I'm going to work my way all the way back to the top, putting in a nail every 12 or 16 inches or so. Now, unfortunately, I can't put that level in until I pop all that siding back in. Whew, man, I'm worn out. It's hard to get that piece shoved up in there without removing any of that siding. So I promise you, it will be 1,000 times easier if you remove your siding. Oh. Alright, well that's going to be it for this video. We are all finished. As you can see, we popped in all that siding, went ahead and ran some screws instead of nails. I found using some fathead screws instead of the nails made it a lot easier to hold that thing in. I didn't have enough hands to hold the nail, push it in the corner, do all that at the same time, so using screws was much easier. So if you do find yourself in a place where you can't hold the nail, go ahead and grab some screws with a fatter head, kind of the size of that nail, and just run them in, you'll be okay. But overall, this was a pretty easy repair. I do hope this video kind of shows you just how simple it is to pull off an old damaged corner piece and put on a new one. If you do have any questions about this process, please drop a comment and let me know, and I'll be sure to help you out. Also, I do all kinds of home repair videos on this channel, so please hit that subscribe button and check out my other videos to help you out on your next project. If you do find that I don't have a video for a particular project that you're working on, please drop a comment on any of the videos and I'll see if I can do a video for that project in the future. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next video.